So guys, here it is. This is the SSK021 Guinness mod, and what a difference we have made to this watch. Now, I will show you a quick side-by-side to remind you of what the original watch looked like. So you may remember I recorded a little review of that one, and then I looked at adding a few choice parts. This watch has been built for a client who originally contacted me through Instagram, actually, on @Seiko Dubai. You can also check out my work on my website, that's SVK Watches. Based here in Dubai, make these interesting customizations for private clients all over the world, actually. So I do ship worldwide as well. Please do follow me, as I'll be posting more content on Instagram as we go. But let's have a look, let's delve a bit deeper into this particular mod. So in my last video, I was really impressed by the base watch here. So that's the SSK021. This is a USA only limited edition. Well, actually, no, not limited edition, but it's specifically made for the US market. So there was this, and there was a couple other colors. I think there was a blue and red, and possibly a yellow one, if I'm not mistaken, that were released at the end of 2023 in the USA only. However, it is possible to get them, and I did manage to secure one finally to build this. Now, I've been really meaning to try this, and what we've done here is we've taken the standard watch, we've kept a lot of it, we've only actually changed the bezel itself. So the gold part here is now a sub-style bezel, and interestingly, it's only been a few weeks since this mod was possible, and that's thanks to Watch&Style. All the parts will be linked below, who finally released a gold color SSK bezel, and it comes in this sub style, and it's perfect for what we're trying to do. Also, in the last few weeks, DLW, probably my favorite supplier of bezel inserts, they released what they call the Bruce Wayne. I call it the Guinness bezel insert, and this one has it's actually black on the top half and dark gray on the bottom. Doesn't show up so much under this light, but as you can see on the left here, under strong light or outside in the sun, you will see that contrast. More importantly, it's got the gold numbers, which also match the other gold elements on the watch. As I was building this, I also noticed one key change with this watch compared to the other SSKs, and that was the hands. These are all brushed. So I really like the fact that we kept the original hands here. We haven't touched the movement or handset or anything else at all. The chapter ring standard as well. But if you look closely, and that's what I think caught my attention without me even knowing originally, that GMT hand is actually brushed gold finish. So it does sort of play with the light as you tilt the watch, and as do the hour and minutes. So slight difference there. I would recommend keeping the standard hands on this watch if you're planning to modify it, because they're just nice. They're just a little different. I usually don't like this shape, but I think with this combo, keeping the crown at 4 as well, which is much more Seiko style, this is starting to obviously be inspired by the Rolex Guinness, you know, the two-tone with the black and grey bezel. The bezel is pretty much the same as the Rolex one. We are missing a Cyclops. I will get to that, don't worry. But I like to keep a bit of Seiko in there, and keeping the standard hands, standard movement, standard case, just changing a few choice parts to elevate the standard watch further rather than just try and make a pure copy of something else. There's plenty of those out there. It's not something I really do. You'll see some examples where I've made the PEPSI GMT, for example, which has, like I've made it as close as possible to the Rolex. But this one, I think, is spot on. We need to keep crown at 4, keep the standard hands, make it look enough Seiko to still be called a Seiko mod. Anyway, moving on to what else do we do? We changed the crown to an S-signed gold color crown. I have no idea why they didn't at least include a gold color crown before. That's also from Watch&Style, but you can get these at Namokimods with a similar bezel, and the crystal is also from Namokimods. I'll come to that in a minute. So the crown's quite a simple change as well, even for a beginner. You just need to cut the length of the stem the right size, or you can actually use the standard stem if you can take it off the original crown, screw it on and pop it in, and you get a nice gold crown which operates exactly as before. We've also got the two-tone bracelet. This comes from Watch&Style. I believe Namoki may have these as well. They are basically the same part. These are a bit upgraded compared to the standard watch, and I did show this in my previous video. We've kept the case back, by the way, and the 4R34 movement. So this is mostly Seiko, but we've upgraded the things that people often want to change anyway, such as the bracelets. Seiko aren't famous for making good bracelets. They are better, much better on the SSK line, but this comes with a milled clasp, 3 adjustment pins, which is enough for this kind of bracelet, screws for the links, solid end links. You can see the WS Watch&Style engraving on there, but otherwise it's unsigned, which I much prefer. I don't want some other brand logo on my bracelet. I'd rather just keep that plain, which is why I like this one. So really nice, enough flex for it to be comfortable. It's not too expensive, so you know, people worry about stretch and stuff. Don't worry about that, because you can just buy another one for, what is it, $60–70. In a few years you may even want to change it to a different color or a different style. So last point is the crystal. This is a flat sapphire crystal. You can see the edge sits a little proud of the bezel insert. I found that's common across all of these SSK type crystals for some reason, but it's not impeding at all, and it gives you a little edge over the top. Somewhat protects the bezel insert. If you were using an aluminium one, we're using a ceramic bezel insert, so none of the top of the watch is going to scratch now, which even looks nice, even if the edge of the bezel of the case gets a few marks. All of the ceramic part, which is the numbered bezel, and the glass, it's sapphire, it's not going to scratch easily at all. So you are going to enjoy this beautiful grey dial for many years to come, I think, thanks to that. People always ask, oh, what about the Cyclops? You lost the Cyclops, can I get this watch with the Cyclops, and so on. You can use a Cyclops crystal, but it has to be lower, and therefore it will not fit these sloping type bezel inserts. As you can see, the bezel insert sloped up on the edges. The Rolex style ones, which is this one, the PEPSI, the Batman, many others, are all sloping. So you are basically stuck with this kind of crystal if you are going for sapphire. Well, actually, if you're stuck with it, if you're going with these kinds of bezels. There are some flat bezels which you can get, and therefore you can use the standard. I probably recommend just keeping the standard Hardlex crystal. That's an easy enough mod to do yourself as well, but you must use a flat bezel insert. As far as I know, this particular bezel insert does not come in flat, and neither does the PEPSI, which I get a lot of requests for. So please bear that in mind. Maybe in the future we'll get one with a Cyclops and I can offer it. For now, it's not possible. The part simply doesn't exist. The only way to do it would be to glue a Cyclops onto the crystal, which I don't want to do because I think it's a high chance of getting it wrong, and it's a high chance of it falling off. And to be honest, I prefer the clean look anyway. Most Seiko dive watches don't actually have the Cyclops anyway. So what do you guys think? I think this has come out really nice. I would highly recommend the base watch anyway. You can modify this to your heart's content. You can get rid of all the gold if you wanted to. You can actually opt for a silver bezel insert, the silver bezel and the bezel insert with the white numbers rather than the gold ones. You can get a solid Jubilee, or even keep the standard one. You can get an oyster bracelet, you can get a rubber strap. Loads of options. I will be sharing more as I go on my Instagram, Seiko Mods Dubai, and do check out my website because there may be some watches on there very soon similar to this as well. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll just roll you a few of the other videos I always record for my clients as I build watches for them. So in this case it was Obviously, taking the standard watch, disassembling it is a fairly easy process. I've got a full tutorial on how to build a similar watch, by the way, on my YouTube channel. Just search PEPSI GMT build on YouTube and you'll probably find it. Then we've got a chance to try that bezel and the crystal in the case. You know, straight away, because we've got the crystal going right to the edge, you see that chaptering more. It closes all the gaps. It does sit a bit proud, but this is a flat-topped crystal. There is also a double dome version, which you can find on Namokimods. All the links will be in the description, of course. And finally, dropping that insert on and attaching the bracelet. And you'll see the color, it's a really gloomy day here in Dubai. It's even raining outside next to me. So I'm waiting to see this in the sunlight, in the bright direct sunlight. This bezel is going to pop and it's actually going to transform the watch and the dial. So it's one that you'll definitely enjoy. Guys, I just finished recording and realized I never actually showed you a wrist shot of the modified version. The wear is about the same size, of course. We haven't really changed too much in terms of the case and so on. It does wear a little bit bigger simply because the bezel, the new bezel, is slightly wider at the top in profile, and generally the watch feels like it has a bit more presence. But here it is on my 7 3/4 inch wrist. It does look slightly bigger on camera than in person. I would absolutely wear this size. I think this is such a versatile size as well, and the upgraded bracelet makes the lug length slightly longer because of the way these first pins are compared to the standard ones. They are actually more like the female style, but it doesn't make a massive difference in terms of the wearability. It's just so nice having that nice big reflective sapphire and ceramic combo on the front. So there you go, guys. Apologies, I honestly tried to do a loom shot just now as well. I thought I'd do 2 in 1. It's just so cloudy in Dubai today, and I don't have the right setup yet to charge the watch well enough to show you a good loom shot. But do check out my other videos. You'll know standard Seiko parts like this dial and handset, beautiful loom, really strong green glow on this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and don't be shy to reach out about custom watch ideas, questions and so on. Leave me a comment, send me an email, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Appreciate your support and see you soon.